Welcome to the Wait What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 67. My name is Bret, aka Enigma 9011, and today we're flying solo once again. No worries. Guests are busy, weirdly enough. No, I'm just kidding. I asked Uber Brent to be on, but he's got some work obligations, so he says he wants to be on, so we're going to just figure out when he's going to be on for the next one, and we'll go from there. So yeah, flying solo, so we're going to have some hopefully interesting topics for you today. But remember, guys, you can catch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every first and third Saturday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join in the chat and join in on the conversation with me and my guests. We'd love to have you. If you can't catch it live, you can catch it over on YouTube and SoundCloud the following week, where it's put as one big video and MP3 for your amusement the following Friday. If you ever have topics for us, please feel free to comment below and let us know what you'd like us to talk about. And remember, guys, that this is brought to you by the merch store. You get all of your swag over there, t-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand, support us. It would be greatly appreciated. So yes, once again, flying solo, as I've mentioned. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about. Today, I had two topics. I have my third, thanks to some Instagram folks for providing one over there, so I'll be doing that at the end. But yeah, so like I said, I had two topics. I had two topics that I had thought out, so we're gonna go right into it. The gram indeed, Lady in Wonderland. Hope you're doing well. So for topic one, I want to talk about this generation in gaming: PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. What were some of my favorite games of this gen? And I kind of wanted to rank them in the tier list. Now, I don't know how specific we're going to get with this tier list. We're probably going to go best of the best, in my opinion. What I like the most, what I didn't like the most. Now, if it does get the DC rating, doesn't mean it was bad, clearly. But maybe there's just something that it didn't have compared to the other games. So we got a wide array of games. These are ones that just kind of popped out to me as I was going through the list of all releases. Obviously, this gen isn't done. Next gen comes out 2020 holiday, so I mean, it's wrapping up. But you still got big games like Cyberpunk. Is there anything else coming out? But yeah, obviously that's not included. And then obviously I only include things I played. Most of these games I have finished all the way through. Some of them I have not. And I'll get to that. But anyways, on the list, or on the tier ranking, candidates, whatever you want to call it, does this gen include Switch? Yeah, this gen includes Switch. Yeah. But anyways, on the list, we got Ultimate Chicken Horse, Apex Legends, Evolve, Far Cry 5, Life is Strange, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Overcooked, 1 and 2. I just went with the 2 image. Overwatch, Mortal Kombat X, Killer Instinct, South Park Fractured But Whole, Injustice 2, Fallout Shelter, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Sunset Overdrive, Fallout 4, Resident Evil 7, Devil May Cry 5, Mortal Kombat 11, God of War, Bloodborne, Kingdom Hearts 3, Jackbox Party Packs, just went with the 6 image, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Batman Arkham Knight, Beat Saber, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, aka Blackout Mode, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Cluster Truck, Dead Rising 4, Doom, and Doom Eternal, Gang Beasts, Concrete Genie, Dying Light, Horizon Zero Dawn, Lego Batman 3, Fortnite, Spider-Man, Resident Evil 2, Jedi Fallen Order, Stardew Valley, and yes, Animal Crossing. I totally forgot, to be honest, because I didn't have a Switch till recently, and I didn't really look at the Nintendo list because I didn't think there'd be any candidates. But yes, Animal Crossing should definitely have a photo here. RIP. I'll put that in the A or B column. We'll just say that. But I plan on talking a little bit more about Animal Crossing with Lady in Wonderland, because B, I have 3 topics if you can't think of one. So anyways, we're going to be ranking these sons of guns. We can assume it's at the top. There you go. So yeah, I kind of wanted to go through, like I said, and just talk about all these games. I'm going to try and do it quickly because I don't want to be at like the year-to-year ranking the games and just babble on about the same things like it was good and this was great and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna try and do it quick, of where these go and why I picked these out. So I guess we could just go through them again, and I'll be like, well, this was really good, and make it a quick point, and then we'll go from there into rankings. overall basis, obviously, I enjoyed all of these games. I don't think I included anything that was something that didn't obviously attract my attention or I didn't walk away with a good memory of. There's obviously some that are like, this wasn't the most perfect thing and whatever, and obviously that will accommodate into overall rankings. You might notice that there's some games in here that you thought were really good that are missing. It's either I didn't play it or I disagree and it wasn't really great. And then there's probably games on this list you're like, well, that was shit. Why is this on your list? Well, because I liked it. But yeah. Yeah, you see a missing one. Gree. Yeah, Gree's not on there. Let's see. But yeah. So yeah, I'll just kind of quickly brush over all of them real quick. Chicken Horse, just a lot of dumb fun. Apex Legends, obviously that's the battle royale of choice, it seems, right now for myself. Evolve was a blast. That was one that people didn't really seem to gravitate towards, but I really enjoyed the uneven battle against the monster. Didn't really play online that much, but that was a good time. Far Cry 5 was great. The whole religious cult aspect of it. Still have to play New Dawn, the sequel for it. Life is Strange, just a very impactful game and stream when we did go through that. Marvel's Capcom Infinite, obviously the resurgence of Marvel's Capcom after 10 years was great. Unfortunately, those models, but gameplay was great. Overcooked was the freaking like a hidden punch in the face of amazingness and a lot of fun and shouting at each other. And obviously Overcooked 2 just add more of that. And God, they better be making an Overcooked 3. Overwatch, spent a lot of hours in Overwatch. A lot of hours. And this was one that was like, I had no interest going into it. And I finally just watched some streams of it. Thought it was fun. Gave it a try. And here we are. Mortal Kombat X was a big resurgence into fighting games for me, along with KI. Never was super great at KI, but Max played it a lot, and that was a lot of his content when that released in 2016. So, yeah, I just wanted to learn more and more about that game. South Park Fractured But Whole is just more of the greatness that came from Stick of Truth. A great time, and obviously they put the superhero twist on it. Injustice 2, I didn't play Injustice 1 nearly as much, but for some reason Injustice 2 really clicked with me. And that was another game I spent a lot of hours playing, and their tower mechanic really just kept the gameplay going, and it never felt boring. Fallout Shelter, another hidden smack in the face. The mobile game put onto consoles. Technically it was one of those games where you had to sit and wait for things to happen, essentially, in a way. But put a lot of time into that game. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was a good one for what I've played of it. Not all that much, but it was good. Sunset Overdrive was a lot of fun. Let's see, Fallout 4, good adventure. RE7, my first Resident Evil, made such an impact on me. Devil May Cry 5, the fun and freedom of it. Mortal Kombat 11, obviously hype as shit for that game. God of War, great story. Bloodborne, great aesthetic. About to drop into a food coma, but here for the lurk. Thank you, Jeff. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, Kingdom Hearts 3, Memories, and fucking continuation after a long hiatus. Jackbox games, a lot of good fun memories there. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, surprising that an Assassin's Creed game would get my attention again. Batman Arkham Knight, good wrap up to the series. Beat Saber, a blast of a time and fucking difficult on those harder challenges. Borderlands 3, once again, return to the series, more fun. Played that a lot, or played that with the dudes quite a bit, so enjoyed that. Blackout, a lot of good content to be had there, watching and playing. Dragon Ball FighterZ, fucking flash in the pan, but a good one for fighting games. Cluster Truck, insanity personified. Dead Rising 4, just a fun hack and slash. The Dooms, what else can I say? Just blowing shit up and doing it in a great way. Gang Beasts, funny. Good funny times. Concrete Genie was a short, simple, sweet story. Dying Light, fun but challenging at the night stages. Horizon Zero Dawn, the game I couldn't put down story-wise and didn't even explore the world. Lego Batman 3, just some fun. Fortnite obviously blew up in the world and everywhere. It's kind of dead now in my opinion, but who knows. Spider-Man was a great one. RE2 Remake just looked beautiful. Jedi Fallen Order, amazing. And Stardew Valley, obviously. Simple, but fun. Okay. I know I didn't want to go into that too much, so I was trying to go quick. So I do apologize if I was rambling really, really fast. So I would like to kind of rank these as what were my favorite games of this generation. Now, once we get to the S tier, I don't think I'm going to be like, this was my favorite game of all time of this gen. It'll just kind of be like, here's a chunk of games that I think are the top. Here's this, tier-wise. So, as any ladder, you need to start at the bottom. So, what one of these, or which couple of these, did I feel just didn't fully hit it out of the park? Still good, but maybe they're missing. Tulip is the best game of generation. Was it on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, Jeff? That's also something I tried not to include on this list, was remasters or ports, I guess. So I'm pretty sure I nailed it with all those, that none of these were on 360 or PlayStation 3 originally. But if they were, please let me know. And I will go swallow my pride. But anyways... So, let's figure this out. So, I think to start off, one that just kind of was there, not bad, but just, didn't really sell me. And maybe it's just because I haven't put that much time into it, but Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I know I'm going to enjoy this game. Obviously, it's covering pretty much all of Goku from Dragon Ball Z Start. I believe it goes up until the Majin Buu saga. There's DLC for past that. I don't know what's going on there. But the gameplay is just like heavy RPG mechanic, and you got to really like rinse, repeat, grind type of stuff leading up to those big battles. So I'm like, it's 50-50. I'm gonna really like it, but I do need to delve deeper into this game. I've only really scratched the surface. So looking forward to it. Excited, but I can't really like bump it up the list super high just because of that. I think another one that falls along the same lines here is, where is it? Totally missed it. I feel like I had another one that was like this. Oh God. Oh, did I not include? Are we missing some photos here? Hold on one second. Can I add? I don't know if I can add. Well, shit. Because I feel like I had FF7 in there. Hold on one second while I pull up this stuff. Don't mind me. I'm a professional. Let's see. Seeing if there's anything missing on here. No, that's all good. That's all good. That's so good. No, weird. I thought I had it on there. Oh, well. Whoop. Okay, back to business. Sorry. Vamp, yeah. All right. You can't vamp in chat. Oh, boy. What shirt are you talking about? I need that shirt before I do my first stream. LOL. I am so confused. Anyways, so next game I'm going to put just at the bottom of this list, Devil May Cry 5. Now, this one's a little bit different. I've played more of Devil May Cry 5 than I've played of Dragon Ball Z, and there's a mechanic. The mechanics in it make me like this game a lot. There's a lot of freedom in the combat, and just like you can get creative with it. I think I've talked about it with Lady in Wonderland, but the character has a robot arm, and throughout the game you're going to unlock different arms that allow you to do different abilities and stuff like that, and attacks. There's one that I was finding that was really, really cool. It had the ability able to blast out like a burst of air, or kind of think like Iron Man. And with that, obviously you could damage the enemies, but you could also use it as a way to maneuver. And I just thought that was really fun and creative how they were taking the obviously attack, but then you can utilize it in a different fashion. So that was definitely a plus for me. Another one towards the bottom, honestly, Bloodborne. Why? because I suck at it. No, I do suck at it genuinely. I do love the world. I think that's a big thing here is like, I love the world building. I love how everything is. I love the lore. I like watching it, but every time I try playing it, God, it is frustrating and I can't get very far. I think the farthest I've gotten is that original stream run where I got like 3 bosses in. I'd really want to be able to get farther in this game, but I know I got to dedicate so much time to it, which isn't a bad thing, but I just haven't done it yet, so that's why it's lower on this list. Let's see. Oh boy. All right, another one will pop up here is Lego Batman 3. It was just dumb, silly fun. Not a bad thing. You could use all the heroes. You could travel different planets. There was dumb collectibles. A lot of fun. Good time. But that go in there. I'll throw Stardew Valley up here too. Stardew Valley's a lot of fun. A little farming simulator. The thing that Stardew, along with Animal Crossing, I feel is you're all hyped about it. You're making your farm. You're getting your crops. You're doing things. When you have things to do, awesome. When you don't have things to do or you don't have a focus, it can lose you. I had a run maybe a month or two ago. I was really playing Stardew, and I would play it pretty consistently, like, half hour every night for a few weeks. And it was going. I was doing that, and then it just kind of stopped. And I don't know, that's something that, I don't know, maybe it's just me that I lack on with these kind of type creative games, is I just don't know what to do, and I lose that drive to keep going. And it's not the game's fault, in a way. It's just, I don't know what to do, so I don't know if I don't really get that urge to play it, I guess. Really quickly, I'll just throw Ultimate Chicken Horse, Cluster Truck, and Gang Beasts up here as well. Just a lot of good times had with those games, a lot of laughs, whether it's us playing it or watching people play it. It's just a great time overall. These will definitely be staples in Extra Lives for years to come. Obviously, Ultimate Chicken Horse blew up this last year. Gang Beasts we've had a few years. Cluster Truck I don't think we've done yet. I think Lady and I were supposed to do it this last time, but I was very tired and we just VR and did Beat Saber. You didn't even play it. You can't say, how dare you put Cluster Truck so low. You didn't even play it. You didn't even play it. You can't. Well, anyways, it's a lot of fun and panic-inducing. We'll definitely have to figure. It was my fault, and also Lady's, because she wanted to keep playing Beat Saber because she had a blast. Nothing wrong with that. But yes, we'll definitely play Cluster Truck either on Extra Life or obviously on B streams in the future. We'll figure it out. But all good games. Like I said, they're on this list because they're all good. It's just these ones are lower than the other ones. It's not a bad thing. It's just because they're there. Like Dying Light. Dying Light's not a bad one. Dying Light's got a great story. Dying Light is very, very interesting game and has good mobility, and I think it's the first or the most I've cared about a zombie game. Didn't beat it. What does that say about me? I mean, I'm bad at doing that. I'll start a game and not finish it. But that's another one I want to go back and finish. It was a really good time when you dove into it, but it just didn't hook you and keep you. That was my fault, though. Beat Saber is the best ever. There you go. All right, so let's see. You know what? I'll also throw Fallout Shelter up there, just because, like we talked about, you have to kind of wait to do some things, and it's a very patient-heavy game. And obviously, if you don't want to do that, that kind of kills your momentum. But I was having a great time with that game, and a lot of fun. So I just kept going at it. I think I'll throw one more up there, and that is going to be Fallout 4. I'm going to throw Fallout 4 out there. Fallout games I've had a lot of good times with and enjoyed them, but it's another thing, like I'm playing, and then I just stop. Oops. Don't know why. Not because anything's bad about it, just doesn't keep my interest. But those are also ones I want to revisit and actually go through and play all the way, because as a shooter, they're fine, and the missions are great. Excuse me. And Fallout 4 had that creative mechanic where you could make a base if you wanted to. We go from there, but good times. All right, next tier. So we're going up to C tier. So these ones obviously a little bit bumped up, a little bit higher from the rest. I'm going to put Blackout up there to start. Boop. I wasn't very good at Blackout by any means. I think didn't win any games for sure. I think my most kills in a game was 2, if that. But Blackout, there was a lot of good streams that we watched of Blackout that were a lot of fun. Either someone playing solo, someone playing with their friends. It was just a good time. I enjoyed that game a lot. Just when people were good at it, seeing it. It was just very entertaining. So that will get a spot up there for myself. Another one I'm going to put up here. This was a game I really, really enjoyed by Concrete Genie. Short, sweet, lovable, very good. I think I definitely streamed it. I think it took maybe 2-3 streams tops, and we did everything. Indie developer, just a really good story overall. Everything was smooth. It had a very unique art style that I liked. So that one definitely gets up there. Let's see. I'm going to put Borderlands 3 up there too. Borderlands 3, another one I haven't finished. Shocker. Solid gameplay, more of what you want, more of what you love. I don't know if it had the best or most interesting story. Kind of. I did like the Calypso twins. I did like them as villains. I just didn't feel super compelled of our protagonists. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I did, blanking on their names right now, so I'm not even going to say I liked so-and-so. But I did like the guy that I was playing as, the mercenary who can make clones of himself and stuff like that. Or the tech guy, whatever you want to call him. He was really cool. Another reason this goes up is just the friend aspect. This was one, I hadn't played Borderlands with friends before until California when I played one with Charlie a couple times. But this was the first time I had a full squad, so John, Billy, and Dio and I playing together, and that was a lot of fun when we were able to match up and play. Definitely makes the fights a little bit more exciting because they'll add enemies and kind of build things up a little bit for you because you have those extra players. It will make it a little bit more challenging, so every fight really felt like this is a fight. Another one I'll throw up there because I mentioned it earlier, but Killer Instinct. Just a good, fun game. It was free to play. If you wanted the characters, then you could either buy them individually or you could buy them together. Solid gameplay. Easy to pick up, hard to master. Speaking of mastering it, never really got very good at it, but definitely a sneak attack of like not something I thought I would enjoy, but definitely did. I'll throw Dead Rising 4 up there as well. That was just simple. It's just simple fun. It was just a time killer. Like, you got the story there. Do you need to really pay attention to it a lot? Not really, but you could just go hack some zombies, make some dumb weapons, get in some stupid costumes, just have fun. It was a time sink, and, not in a bad way. You just have a time. That's all. Where's the council in this list? Well, Jeff, I didn't play the council, so that's why it's not on my list. That was definitely a good one. Was it top tier of this generation? Maybe not, but that's why. That's where it is. Next one going in C tier is Evolve, just because it did have that repetition of the gameplay aspect. No story behind it, which kind of sucked, or at least you kind of had to look for the story aspect. But gameplay wise, it was a lot of fun, and unlocking the characters as they did come out was a blast. They were all very unique. They did have their roles of like, this is the trapper, this is the healer, this is the defender, but they were each unique in their own way, which is cool. Let's see, what else do I want to put C tier? How about Dragon Ball FighterZ C tier? That's a weird one because Dragon Ball FighterZ was such a fluid fighting game, and it was so much fun, but the story sucked. They tried, But man, it was just not a fun way to play it. It was this whole like board game aspect of you have to move one space at a time, and obviously it's a fighting game, you're going to be fighting, but there just seems like way too many fights and RPG level up mechanics to move along, and so many chapters, and it's just like, give me an arcade ladder or some like cinematic style of that. Just make it a little bit more streamlined. I think it would have been better. Let's see what else we got on here. You also directed me, so you basically played it. I don't know about that. I'm going to throw Sunset Overdrive on C. This was a game I thought was heavily underrated. A lot of fun I had with that game. I kind of am tempted to go back and replay this game on stream. But I believe it was a launch title for Xbox One. If not, it was shortly after. But this game was from Insomniac. It had a funny story, great cartoony art style, good shooter. The flow of your movement just made everything very fluid and just a lot of fun. It didn't feel rigid like some other shooters did. This one felt like, I'm going to say flow again, but it it felt very fluid. It just felt like everything was nonstop. Not like nonstop like Doom where everything's in a panic, but like you could just keep going, and the momentum drove it. Yeah, I highly recommend Sunset Overdrive. It's a great game. A lot of fun. Moving up to B tier. B tier. Oh boy. All right, so now we start getting in the nitty gritty. You know what? Actually, sorry, one more C tier. I'm going to put Fractured Butthole up there. Good, fun, great time. It was just more Stick of Truth. That's the only reason it's down. Not a bad thing. Just it didn't bring a whole lot new to the table other than the superhero aspect. All right, B tier. B tier. B tier. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is going B tier. I'll tell you why. I didn't expect an Assassin's Creed game to hook me again. Like I said, I did not expect that. There's a lot of side quests, and not all the side quests really are that interesting. Main story I liked, but sometimes they just put the brakes on you because the level requirements, and that kind of sucks when you just kind of want to keep going and learn more about Cassandra and what's going on with her family and what's going on with the cult. And like, when you have it, I know you want to level up, but if you want the player to kind of go beat to beat with the story, you should probably kind of push them a little bit more in that direction. And I felt like sometimes the game didn't really necessarily give you enough XP to move on if you wanted to. It's like almost the side quests were mandatory. Like you have to do these things in order to move on. And I get it. Yeah, you put all that work into that material, but like, let your players play, you know? I didn't enjoy the limiter on that. Marvel's Capcom Infinite's going up there for B tier. Should that be C tier? Debatable. Gameplay wise was great. Went back to 2v2 like the old Marvel superheroes and Marvel Street Fighter game. That story was something. You know, I'm putting that C tier. That story was something, and man, those character models were mostly ugly. What happened? We just gave up on that one. Okay. Let's see. B tier. But Overcooked B tier. Just good, wholesome fun. Just a great time. That's all. That's all I gotta say about Overcooked. Just a blast. Man, it's starting to get a little tricky. I'm gonna put Fortnite in B tier. Fortnite was another one. Did not expect to like it as much as I did. There were quite a few evenings just playing Fortnite for hours on end. Obviously, the TwitchCon competition of Fortnite, even though I did terribly. That was even before we dove in really head first on that game. But that was a lot of fun just to experience. It's kind of dying off now, but there's a lot of good memories still involved with Fortnite. I can't like shit against it for that. Like, I did have a lot of fun with the Avengers event. I did have a lot of fun leveling up and getting the battle pass items and either playing with Lady or playing with Dio or playing with Billy. Like, it was a great time. We spent more time than I want to admit playing that game. Exactly, Late in Wonderland. Exactly. So yeah, Fortnite's definitely up there. I'm going to put RE2 up there. Wow, B tier. And you're like, Bret, you've only beaten Leon A story. Yeah, but it's art style alone. Like how good this game looks graphically. Holy shit. Just great. It's good. It's challenging. It's makes you stressed in a good way going through the mansion. I'm a little confused continuity wise. That's why it's B here for the Claire thing, which we'll figure out more obviously this weekend stream. But it's like it's a really good remake and just interests me more in Resident Evil, which we'll circle back to a little bit later. I'm gonna put the Jackbox party packs up here too. I'll put those up there. I think it's only B tier because not all of the games are great. Like there's always at least one, maybe two in the party pack. You're like, I don't give a shit about that game. Like, just like, I know they all can't be winners, but you know, it's just like, but the ones you do like, they're a lot of fun. Like obviously Fibbage and, Fibbage. What's the Believable Lie one? Fibbage is the funny one. Well, I'm dumb. Drawful was a lot of fun. I really like the Alien one, but we haven't played that one that much. Trivia Murder Party is a great time. Yeah, I just have a Quiplash. Okay, Fibbage is the lie one. Quiplash is the funny one. Thank you, B. Appreciate that. But yeah, they got some solid ones, and like I said, it's only B tier just because they can't knock it out of the park, unfortunately, with all of them. All right. Oh boy, we're getting to the sketchy section. Mortal Kombat 11 B tier. Why is it B tier? You're asking yourself, Bret, you were so hyped when they announced Mortal Kombat 11. You freaked out at that Game Awards, or was it the Game Awards? Whatever that thing was that they announced it at. I don't remember, but you were so amazed and you were excited, and I was. Hi, Red Endings. How are you? Story mode for Mortal Kombat 11? Amazing. Character models for Mortal Kombat 11? Amazing. Gameplay and fun? Not amazing. It was fun for a while, but I mentioned it with Injustice 2, and that's why Injustice 2 is going up higher. The tower mechanics were bullshit. It was the same thing as Injustice 2. Nothing wrong with that. That is exactly what I wanted. Keep doing that. But every tower had a fucking modifier to it. Some stupid gameplay mechanic that you had to surpass in order to beat it. Now, modifiers are fine. Modifiers can be fun. But why are they on every fucking tower? And why are they impossible? Yes, lady remembers the stupid invisibility bullshit that I had to go through to progress in the tower mode. Oh my god, it's so just irritating. So yes, unfortunately Mortal Kombat 11, you gotta go down. And it's a shame, because like I haven't played it in a while. I barely have played with any of the DLC characters that have come out. Like, I think the first one who came out, and I'm blanking on already, is probably the character I played the most from DLC. But Nightwolf, barely played. Sindel, barely played, even though here she's amazing and a lot of fun. Joker, barely played as. Fucking Spawn came out. Haven't played Spawn. Not that I'm even that big of a Spawn fan, but still, he hasn't played in a fighting game since Soul Calibur 2 on Xbox. Just, I don't know. Had a lot of potential, but it dropped it. Dropped it hard. Let's see. What else here is B tier? What else is B tier? What else is B tier? Kingdom Hearts! How am I saying that? Kingdom Hearts is B tier. Just because of how convoluted this story is. But no, in all honesty, Yes, I know the story is all fucking over the place with the newspaper articles on the wall and pins going to this one and that one, but I just had a blast with this game. Nostalgia trip, overwhelmed. Like, the graphics were great. The way how they were able to expand the worlds, obviously a big jump from PS2 era, so not that surprising. And then the story wrapped up in a nice, neat bow. Is there going to be more? Yeah, but still, everything was so satisfying about that game. And maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just the nostalgia factor that kind of kicks in for that. But yeah, great game, great time. Loved it. Oh, this is where it's getting tricky. Tricky. Doom is going B tier. That's A tier. B tier. Doom. This is 2016 and Eternal. Great games. A lot of fun. Good mobility. Eternal I had some issues with, but I got over them. It's just a solid, fun time. Nothing wrong with that. I have nothing negative to say about it. Just not my most favorite of this gen. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Of course you do. You know what I'm saying. What else do I want to put in here? Man, it's so difficult. So difficult. I always know what you're saying. Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm going to put one more game in B tier before we move on. And that game is Apex Legends. Another one. Gasp. Another one, gas. Apex Legends, why are you B tier? The reason you're B tier is because sometimes your game just doesn't work. EA, I'm looking at you. Sometimes those servers are just booty. Other than that, fun characters, fun gameplay. Occasionally, it's much better than it was. But yeah, occasionally it's still like, our servers are down. And I'm like, fuck. And, you got people dropping left and right. And then you're the only man on your team. And you're so fucked. And it's not good. So, yeah, Apex, that's pretty much my only negative to it. They've added cool characters. They all have unique abilities. I like the 3-person team aspect. And I like how they kind of stuck with it. I think they're actually adding duos, which I haven't tried, but yeah, it's fun. And I like how you can just mute your team. The ping system was great, so if you didn't want to hop on a mic to talk with them and obviously strategize, you could still communicate clearly without having to deal with all the bullshit online. So I do appreciate that. We should try duos. Yeah, I'm down to try it. All right, moving on to A tier. A team. Life is Strange. Life is Strange is A tier. Now, this is specifically Life is Strange 1. Life is Strange 2, I'd probably put B or C tier. Still good. Still a lot of fun. Just didn't have the impact I wanted like Life is Strange 1. And that's probably a very steep wall or ceiling or however you want to put it that I'm doing get out of here that I'm putting for this game, or comparatively Life is Strange 2. But Life is Strange 1 was something special, and those streams will always hold a special place in my heart. Great story, just a lot of people watching, hanging out, playing, good times. That's all I'm gonna say. Good story. Beat Saber is going A tier. Life is Strange 1 was far better than 2. I agree. Beat Saber's going A tier. Not stupid. Simplest mechanic. Take your hand, wave it, woo, hit a square, hit another square, hit another square. Go, 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 go. Simple fun. Great time. Does that difficulty spike up is all fucking shit? Hell yes it does. So, you got some room to grow. It's got fun challenges where you can use just one stick if you wanted to. Good times. Beat Saber S tier. Fight me. Someone's getting heated in the chat. Alright, what else we got here? I'm gonna put... I'm gonna put... Batman Arkham Knight A tier. Ooh, that hurt a little bit. I know a lot of people didn't like the tank Batmobile aspect of Batman Arkham Knight. I personally loved it. I enjoyed it. It was a nice change of pace. I didn't think it overstayed its welcome, but, you know, everyone has their own. Graphics-wise, great. Wrap up to the story, great. Story in general, great. A lot of characters in it, great. A lot of people you can play as, great. Just a good time overall. Just a grand old time. It's one of the. It's not first in the whole series for me. I think it might hold. See, it's tough when you put it against Asylum because Asylum's where it started off. It's a battle between Asylum for second place for me. Like City just did something different. That's why it's at the top. But it's a closer battle than I thought between Asylum and Knight. So that one's A tier. Just all I can say for that. Next one I'm going to put A tier is Horizon Zero Dawn. This story was freaking great. It was so great that when I played it on stream, I just kept going story-wise. Didn't even look or blink an eye at any of the side stuff. Didn't upgrade my weapons. And when it came to that final boss fight, who still had the starting bow and arrow? This guy. And did that boss fight take a while? Yep, it did. But we made it. We survived and we kept rolling and shooting arrows. Just a grand old time. Another game I want to replay so I can explore the world and do side stuff and actually absorb everything that game has to offer. But if you haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, highly recommend you do that. Another one that's going A tier is Mortal Kombat X. It's going A tier. Another great game, another great story, another great bunch of graphical improvements from 9. Whoo boy, there was a bunch. I think it goes A tier just because the tower, they started putting the tower mechanic in here, wasn't as fun. I mean, it was fine, but like after a while, like, all right, you know, I'm going to move on. Good times, great. Like I said, resurgence into fighting games for me. So let's go in there. Oh boy, I think I have to do one more in A tier, and that is going to be Spider-Man. Spider-Man is A tier as well. Not a bad game, nothing I can say bad about Spider-Man, I don't think. Just the movement and the swinging alone makes this game awesome. How you were able to move from place to place, cover the island quickly when you think swing would take forever. And also you get the freedom of doing it, how you wrap around corners, how you fly through certain aspects and infrastructure of the buildings. And they took what Batman Arkham series did well and just put it in a Spider-Man game. So that was a lot of fun. I'm very excited for the sequel. We'll have to see when that drops, if that drops. But, yeah. So if you're doing your math at home, that leaves us with 6 that are all S tier. Lady's not going to be happy about some of them, but Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5, S tier. Story was great. Had a lot of fun with that. You have the different aspects of the brothers and sisters that make them all unique, and each one stand out, I think, in their boss fights or their stories. And when you finally get to Joseph, and you know, just learn more about him, and obviously how you're so fixated on this one thing you don't realize the world is still happening around you and shit hits the fan. Good times. Like I said, I'm looking forward to New Dawn. I need to find out when I have some time to play it. Also, Overwatch. Yes, Overwatch is S tier. God damn right. Widowmaker. Ayo. Lucio. A lot of good characters. A lot of great times with Dio and Billy and John and Danny and playing this game. And almost 200 hours into it. I don't know where I'm at now. Have I slowed down in playing it? Yes, I have. Overwatch 2 is coming out, and I'm excited as shit for it. But it was a great time. The unlockables, the different seasonal events were good. Were the loot boxes a little jank from time to time? Yes, but this was a game that I really did want to get better at, and I've purchased it 3 times because I love this game so much and just played it. So Yes, Overwatch S tier for life. This one's more of a surprise to me as I was going through this list, but Injustice 2 is S tier. Like I said, I didn't think I would like that one so much because just Injustice 1 was fine. It wasn't bad, but Injustice 1 had that great story, and Injustice 2 just picked it up and made it so much better. And this was the first one, or this was the second one. Mortal Kombat X was the first one. This was the second one where they went like really in with those graphics, and I think this is the first one they went facial animations right. The facial animations were just amazing in this game. And the tower mode, like I said, it was just, I don't know what it was, but it was so fun how they gave you different challenges with different characters or the modifiers, but it wasn't every tower. And it was a good time. And the gear system, like unlocking the gear, that was another thing I forgot to mention in Mortal Kombat 11. They have the gear system, but like it doesn't really mean anything. They're like these tiny little aspects that you can barely see in your fight, while in Injustice 2, the armor sets, the helmets, the whatever it was, the costume pieces you could actually see and you felt like this character was yours. Was some of it a little jank with putting movesets specifically to gear? Yes, I do agree with that. That was weird, and a lot of people didn't like it. But everything just, it felt more of a game that was fun because you got to unlock these things. And like I said, make the character your own. Resident Evil 7. Never thought I would put a horror game top tier ever in my games, but Resident Evil 7 was something special. Whether it was just the actual game or it was the VR section of the game, they both stand out obviously tremendously. The story was a lot of fun, all first person. My first Resident Evil experience ever. Terrifying for me, but like just made you want to keep going. Obviously you have the VR aspect, which just is so terrifying. It puts you in this house. You are there and you are experiencing this. And like I said, experiencing it. Every creak, every crack of the floor, every door shut, every noise you hear, you just feel it. And like, it's very hard to explain if you've never played this game in VR, or like not explain it, but explain it accurately enough that you can understand how that feels. Like, this is just something you need to experience for yourself. I'm not saying you have to play the whole game that way. No, I couldn't even make it all the way through, but also I'm a pansy. But even just the opening area, if you play it for 20 to 30 minutes and just live that, it was awesome. And especially early in the VR's career, to have a full game that you could play either just regular or play VR mode, just a blast. God of War, S tier as well. Another return to the franchise, but they just did something amazing with that story. They made you care about Kratos more. Obviously, they added Atreus in, and the combat was great. There was another one that you could be more creative with, how you fought with the axe, how you fight with different weapons down the road and make them flow together and do combinations. But like I said, I think it was the story overall that just made it work, because you care about these characters and they have growth and they have ups, they have downs, and when you're going to fight, you know it's time to fucking fight, and you're gonna just punch and hit as hard as you can, but you're gonna get hit back and you better be ready. And then last but not least, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This was one I didn't even expect to really grasp me. Not that I don't like Star Wars and whatnot, but this game really was something special. I think I just played it like non-stop when I ended up getting it. We streamed it, played it off stream. This is a game I still need to go back and platinum, because it's just like exploring the rest of the worlds, all the nitty gritty stuff. But it had the aspect of the Bloodborne and the Souls game where it had that challenge at the beginning, but then obviously improve and get better, and it's not that bad towards the end. You have the Star Wars mechanic, you have these surprises and, you know, references to things, and like, it was just a blast. I did love this game, and I still do love this game. It just took me, like I said, took me by surprise. I didn't expect to love this one so much, but it was so genuinely fun. of a Star Wars game. And when things do happen, like you being able to customize your lightsaber after all this time, like it's just so rewarding seeing how your character progresses and the things you are able to do and learn. It's, god damn, if you're a Star Wars fan, I think you'll get that little bit extra out of it. I don't know if everybody will have the same experience I did if you're not a Star Wars fan. Still a solid game throughout, but obviously that added aspect of the fandom definitely helps and makes it go far. But yeah, so there are my top games of this generation. Debate away. I know you guys have moved some things up, moved some things down, even add things that aren't on that list. Like I said, Final Fantasy VII, I thought I got an image for. I've only just started playing that, but I'm very entranced by it. That might be an A tier. Who's to say? Who knows? But there's the list for now. Maybe that'll change in 6 months when we're on to PS5 and Xbox Elite? No. Xbox. Fuck, I don't even remember the name of the new Xbox. But whatever. The Xbox 3000, we'll figure it out. And like I said, Animal Crossing's on here too. And some other ones. I'm sure I missed plenty. But those are the ones that stood out to me as I was going through the list. So, yeah. Moving on to topic 2. This one, I'm not sure how long it's going to be, to be honest. But I kind of want to just touch base on it because it's a recent event. And kind of wanted to Series X. Thank you, Charlie. Xbox Series X. Just wanted to kind of touch base with it and kind of like give my thoughts on it. But WWE is going through some problems right now, just like a lot of people and businesses are, and money's an issue. And they've had to release quite a bit of talent and personnel over this past week. And there's potential of more. And it sucks. So I just kind of wanted to read all the people that they did release and talk about it and maybe like how they dropped the ball on certain people or whatever. But all right, so as of, let's see, the 15th. So as of recording, this Wednesday is when it started. So people they have released include Kurt Angle, Rusev, Drake Maverick, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Heath Slater, Eric Young, Rowan, Sarah Logan, No Way Jose, Mike Chioda, the referee, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, EC3, Aiden English, Leo Rush, Primo, and Epico. Those are all your wrestlers, except for, I think, a few NXT guys who I'll be reading in a second. Oh, yeah, we also have Deonna Purrazzo, Dan Matha, MJ Jenkins, Alyssa Marino, Alexander Jaksic? Let's see. And then producers furloughed, so not fully gone, but, we'll see. Fit Finley, Shane Helms, Billy Kidman, Mike Rotunda, Pat Buck, Sean Davari, Scott Armstrong, Sarah Stock, Lance Storm, and coaches we have Serena Deeb, Kendo Cashin, Chris Guy. Announcers, I talked about Aiden English, and we also have Jerry Soto. So, obviously not all of those names stand out, but quite a bit of people to just kind of have go. And, I mean, like I said, it's to be expected with how things are going, unfortunately, in the world at the moment. And usually Mania time, we do see a couple of releases. It's just kind of, I don't know, spring cleaning, I guess you could say. They kind of let some people go, bring some new people in. So it is what it is. It's just unfortunate to see some of these, well, a lot of these talent go. The Revival was also before Wednesday's thing, but they kind of already wanted the release. So they were granted the release earlier of that week. But yeah, it just sucks because obviously, first and foremost, people are losing their jobs and whatever. But like I said, it's just like they didn't capitalize on some of the talent there that definitely could have been utilized more. And it's also a toss of a coin. Like it's got its pros and its cons because like WWE has this vast array of talent, and you're like, you have so many wrestlers. How the fuck are you going to be able to use them all? And they don't, obviously. And it's just like so-and-so sitting in the back, not doing shit. Where are they? And then they show up and you're like, oh my God, this person still works there. Like Primo and Epico. I haven't seen them on TV in ages, and somehow they're still there. So in a way, it's good because now these people are available to go work for Impact, work for Ring of Honor, work for AEW, work for NWA, whatever. Granted, when everything goes back to normal, because nobody's able to wrestle right now except WWE. Yeah, essential business. Because reasons. But like AEW's already filmed, I don't know, however many episodes, but they're pretty much like done. You can't really do anything about it. WWE's back into it. I think they're doing 2 recordings at a time, so like they have a little bit break in between production schedule, but they're moving ahead. I have no idea honestly about Impact. They were doing tapings for a while, so like that was just their method, so maybe they got a backlog. Ring of Honor, any indies for that matter, like obviously they can't do their thing, so it's tough now. Like normally that safety net that they would be able to fall back on isn't there because just things are closed down. I don't know about Japan. Excuse me, Japan. Maybe New Japan Pro Wrestling is still going. Honestly, don't know Japan's status in the quarantine and all that, how they're handling it, but it's a thing. And, you know, could they get picked up now? Yeah, technically. It's just, obviously, they can't go do that thing that they want to do, nor it's not as much of a guarantee that they would get signed right now because everything is slow. So that sucks, too. On the other side of the coin, pros, pros, like, well, that was a pro that people are letting go. People can be used, and I think that's just what I'll talk about now is like people who had potential, like they all do. Now I'm not saying like everybody should be a champion and everybody needs to get a shot and everybody's got to have TV time and get wins and blah blah blah. No, it's a very competitive aspect, just like at a lot of areas in life and jobs and shit like that. Like there's no way you can give everybody the same thing. Obviously, you're going to have your top guys. You're going to have your lower tier guys. You got your mid tier guys. And I think I talked about it in a podcast before. I'm not sure if it was with Kyle or if it was with Kyle and Chris or maybe it was Cameron. But I was talking about that tier system of like, you got it. Like, these are your top tier guys. It's your world champion contenders. These are your tag team. These are your mid tier where you're looking at the Intercontinental, the US belt, and then you got your cruiserweight guys, which they do. You got your ladies. You got the ladies going for the ladies belt. You got the ladies tag now. Like you should have these segments of like talent in these groupings, and like this is your group. Now, does that mean you're stuck in that group forever? Hell no. Make it interesting by taking. I'll use Dolph Ziggler as a example because technically he did this. Mid-tier guy, IC title, US title, blah blah blah, tag team title. Move him up to a world title for every once in a while, or at least in that picture, like this more highlighted spotlight story. And then move this person down. Roman Reigns is now going for IC title, or Seth's going for US title, or whatever the fuck is going on. You eventually mix and match these roles. Here's a new tag team. Here's this solo star. This team broke up. There's this thing. Here's a new person. You know, you keep the things interesting with that instead of doing person A versus person B for 3 months. Then they take a month off and person C comes in. It's like, brah, 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 person A. And they're like, brah, 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 back. And they're like, ka, 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 ka. They do that for 2 months. And then person B is like, hey, I'm back because fuck it. And then the 3 of them are, and then here comes person D, and person D swoops in and you do that. And it's just like, no. Like, we don't need to see the same programs every year. I don't care if there's a character change. Seth Rollins, RIP, still like you, still like the Messiah thing. But, dude, why are you in the title picture? You lost at Mania! As Dad talked about, but he didn't go to that length and extremes of my drama. But he's right. Why are we doing this? So there's a lot of people they dropped the ball with. A big one that stands out to me personally, not personally, I don't know. Person that stands out to me is EC3. I don't think EC3 got a fair shake, and this was his second attempt in WWE. Derek Bateman, RIP. He flew the coop, he went to Impact, he made a fucking name for himself with Rockstar Spud as well, aka Drake Maverick. When they were coming over, I was like, this is great. I haven't personally watched their stuff, but obviously I've seen him in social media. He's this top tier guy. He's built himself up. We get him to NXT. He shows up when Ricochet shows up, and I know that's bad timing because everybody's debuting at the same time, but that match was great. Do I remember specifically what the match was? No, but I believe it was like a 6-guy free-for-all ladder match, maybe. But I thought like he had potential in NXT, and then he got called up to the main roster way too soon. Not because he couldn't handle it, but just because reasons. Why didn't he stay in NXT? Why didn't he hone his craft a little bit more? Maybe why didn't he get more eyes on him there? That I'll never know. And he did nothing on the main roster because we called him up for no fucking reason. So EC3 is a big one that unfortunately they dropped the ball with. Yes, he had some injuries here and there. Obviously, you can't control that, but man, what happened? Back to Rockstar Spud Drake Maverick. That was a guy I didn't think I was going to particularly care about. He's doing his GM thing. He did some comedy stuff. Not a bad thing. Sometimes you need a comedy guy. But I wanted to see the guy wrestle a little bit more. So it's just him. It's not a matter of like they didn't use him. It's just like that's unfortunate. Like he had his strengths. Revival we talked about. They've had some great matches. I wasn't always the biggest Revival fan, but you need heel tag teams, and they were a good tag team. So it sucks that they're gone. Rusev. Once again, I never was a big Rusev fan, but obviously he had something. People cared. And the fact that they didn't really latch onto that or like notice that fully, at least later in this career, I don't know. Just kind of missed the ball there. Just didn't even swing. Another one that I am a fan of now after seeing a push and then no push, which is weird. Lio Rush. A lot of people talked about Lio Rush when he was coming into the company, how he's kind of a dick, which he is, but like he's talented as all shit. And he came in as Bobby Lashley's manager, which I was fine with because Bobby can't talk, Lio can talk, but obviously he wasn't being used to his full potential. And when he went back to NXT and became Cruiserweight champion, man was killing it. Him and Angel Garza, they had a couple of matches together, and it was fun matches to watch. And then he lost the Cruiserweight belt, and they just kind of just was like, bye. Was he hurt? I don't know, but like that seems like a big loss to me, especially in their Cruiserweight division. Like he's more of a standout than some of the other talent. Not that I don't like their talent, but like they haven't pushed them. Like Jack Gallagher returned. Have they done anything with him? Cedric Alexander. Now he's in a tag team with Ricochet, but he wasn't being used for months. I like Akira Tozawa. Do they do anything with his character? No, he shows up in his shorts with the tiger print every once in a while and he kicks some dudes. Brian Kendrick, where's he been at? Like, they just don't use these guys. And it's like, why not? You have it, and you have a belt specifically for them. What are you doing? I don't know. It's weird. Riot Squad should still be around. Sarah Logan should be part of that. I can't help that, but it's a thing. It's weird. It's a weird time. I don't know. Just wish they figure out how to use talent more. Or better, rather. Just kind of mix it up. Mix it around. Go up, go down. I don't know. It's weird. That's my little rant on the releases. Like I said, there's potential of more, which was a little heartbreaking to say, because I can only fear the worst. Who is going to go? Are they going to let Prince Pretty go? That'll be a day I cry. Like, who are they going to drop? I don't know. But we'll see. We can only take it day by day, I guess. Topic number 3 comes from Instagram, and I believe he's still in the chat. Comes from Charlie. Yeah, I actually pull it up. But he asked, I put it out on Instagram, I needed a third topic, and I asked for suggestions. I got a whopping 2, but no, I do appreciate those of you guys who did see the post and did reply to that with topic suggestions. So, Charlie asks, what would you choose for a worldwide league of Wait, what the fuck? Oh, sorry. What superheroes would you choose for a worldwide league for today's modern world? It was Michelle's idea. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. All right. So, well, if Michelle is present, then let me ask a question after I respond to the second topic brought to you by Anna. Why is Anna your favorite cousin? Because she lives in New York now. Boom! Mic drop. So anyways, question. I'm assuming I can use any superhero from any franchise here. I'm not limited to Marvel. I'm not limited to DC. Correct? Like, I could match them even though they're not in the same universe type shit. Because I was thinking about this at work today because I had nothing to do. So I was thinking about it in deep thought. Any existing, or even make one up if you want with a Q. Cool. Okay. All right. I like this then. So what superhero team would I like to assemble in a modern day setting? Okay. I don't have a team name, so don't even ask me about that. All right. So the way I was thinking about this today, as I pondered to myself how I'm going to answer this question, is I want a balanced approach. Now, balanced approach, what I mean by that is we need people to have strong, like, what are people's strengths? What are people's weaknesses? We need a balance. We have an invasion from space. How do we deal with that? We have an invasion from the water, or there's some problem in the water. How do we tackle that? Whatever is going on, we need to figure this out. So, the team I've assembled, hopefully, or at least the start of what I thought of, needs to be able to cover a lot of ground and be knowledgeable in the ground that they're covering. So this isn't a superhero team that's just focused on America. I'm thinking globally here. So, I mentioned water. I'll start with that because I assume it's the easiest. Aquaman has to be on the team. Is Aquaman the strongest superhero ever? No. But we need somebody. He's the strongest one I know water-based that we got. So if anything's going on underwater, or maybe just have some water issues, Aquaman's got to be on the team. He's got that strength. And it's not like he's only stuck to the water, even though Family Guy likes to make that joke. He can still do stuff on land. So Aquaman's on the team. From there, space. I feel like I gotta go Superman. Now, Superman could be also a cop-out because, I mean, Superman's power is what? Everything. But, obviously he's an alien. He's got that going for him. He's also an Earthling, so you got that nice balance, all right? Balance. He's focused on both. And obviously, yeah, the man can fly and go into space, no problem. So, I think Superman's gonna be on the team. Now, you're probably wondering, Bret, these are all DC people so far. Hold on to your seatbelts, because here comes another one, maybe. I was thinking about this. We need somebody who can deal with sounds like a wrong way to put it. I need someone whose strengths exist in the animal kingdom. We need somebody who can communicate with the animals. Now, this is where my downfall is going to be, because I don't fully know powers here. Beast Boy can change to animals. Can he talk to animals? That is the question I need to be having answered. Yes, Dr. Doolittle is on my team. Eddie Murphy, not Robert Downey Jr. So, Beast Boy potentially on my team. If not, I'll give it to Squirrel Girl because I think at least she can talk to, guess what, squirrels. But let me look this up. I gotta figure this out. Is there a power list? Powers and abilities. Let's see. Animal mimicry. Beast Boy has the power to mimic the abilities of any animal he knows of while he is in their form. The ability apparently gives him intuitive understanding of the animals and what abilities that they have that may be useful in the situation. Okay, well, that doesn't help me. What's animal empathy? Sometimes called animal senses. It can be described as the ability to sense the presence of animals due to a sixth sense. The ability allows the character to feel the animal, understand its needs and wants, as well as understand its emotions and even connect with the animal enough to understand it totally. Okay, that is exactly what I needed. The Thornberries, yeah. Beastly cannot speak to them. Okay, he can't speak to them, but he can understand what they're feeling from what I just read. That might be a different Beast Boy. I don't know if there's multiple of them. This one is Garfield Logan is his real name. So, I'll go with him. See, because he got the empathy shit. So, yes, 3DC, question mark. I will note other candidates I did have for the animal position. I did mention Squirrel Girl. I was also thinking, I'm going to blank on his name, but Jeff or Lady will help me. The animal kid from My Hero Academia. He was on the list, obviously, because that's strength. But my only reason for doubting him was like, well, he's still a kid. He's still in training. He's probably going to get his ass whooped if we come in the other situation. So I was like, yeah. Let's see. So we got water. We got space. We got animals. Now we need somebody who can speak a lot of languages because we're dealing with a lot of people. Now, you're probably wondering or asking, what? Nobody has the power of, like, language that I know of, unless it's some D-tier hero that nobody knows about. I'm going to go with Doctor Strange. He's going to be our communicator. Koji, thank you. I'm going to go with Doctor Strange. Now, you're probably asking why Doctor Strange. Well, man can use magic to get a translation if need be, or translate himself. Also, we got the magic realm, if we have any magical threats. Obviously, the mystic arts. All right. He can use the Eye of Agamotto along with his other talismans to kind of help us out with that. So we got a kind of a twofer there, if you will. Can we just say Class 1A, and that's the answer? We could, but really, how is Mehmet helping us in any of these situations? He's going to probably creep out half of the population. That's not going to save the world. So Doctor Strange making this team. Let's see. What other aspects do we need to cover? Not anymore. Thanos wrecked that shit. Oh, the Eye of Agamotto. True, with the Time Stone. Yeah. But, you got the... Well, Daggers of Danak are magic. You got all the shit that he's got. Obviously, I'm doing a terrible job of remembering it, but yeah. We need a mechanic. So this one's going to be a kind of a B, C tier hero, but I'm going to say Forge from X-Men. That man can build anything he wants. New shit, old shit, fixed shit, you got it. So I'm going to say Forge because he can make any vehicles we might need for people, obviously, who don't have the advantage of flying up into space and not losing oxygen or not even needing oxygen. Same thing with the water. So I'll go with Forge for that. What else do I want? I kind of want, like... Okay, I think I got to put Captain America on the team just for leadership role. And also, I think because of, like... the historical aspect of, like, if you don't learn from history, history's doomed to repeat itself kind of thing. So I feel like having that backwards look on things, like, that would help, putting that 2 cents in. Could we have another hero to also do that? Yeah, absolutely. I'd be down with that. I'm trying to think of who else is, like, out of time, or... I don't want to say time travel because that could add a whole nother can of worms into this thing. But I want that, like I said, I want them to think about what's happened before, how can we avoid it, not repeat ourselves. So far, let's recap. We got Aquaman, Superman. We got Beast Boy. We got Forge. We got Captain America. Doctor Strange. We got a team of 6. We need some ladies. We got all dudes. Let's see. I'll try and add 2. Got an 8-person team here. What areas are we missing? We need the air. Let's add Hawk Girl. Let's add Hawk Girl in there. She can whoop some ass with her mace. She can fly. Some strengths there. And then, if we want to go too far on the magic, we go Scarlet Witch, but also that's high risk. She doesn't have a lot of control there. We could add Zantana. Was it Zantana or Zatanna? I think it's Zatanna. Just go straight up magician. But then also, I'm just limiting myself to Marvel DC. I gotta think outside the box. Who else could we? Oh my God, that's a good call. That's a good call on Storm though, with a Z there, not Santana the band. Zatanna. Look it up. Storm's a good call because you got the weather. So you know what? I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that one from Charlie, put Storm in there. Wonder Woman's a good choice. Catwoman, yeah, questionable. Let's see. Okay, so recap again. We added Storm. We added Hawk Girl. Okay, so we're up to 8. Aqua, Super, Beast Boy, Doctor Strange, Forge, Hawk Girl, Storm, Captain America. Yeah, we're up to 8 so far. Okay, not too shabby. Any weaknesses or any areas that we're kind of lacking on? Do we need an underground guy? I don't know. I don't think so. Got our wildlife. We got the water. We got space. We got the air. We got our communicator. Dig Dug. Yeah, Dig Dug. Get his little pump. Weep, weep. Do we need a fun mascot character? Just a jobber bot? You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to make it a 10-person team. So that means 2 more spots. We're going to add the fucking Wonder Twins in. Why not? Get some young guns in there. They can help out with things, become whatever they want. We can have the monkey, what was it, Gleek or whatever, as our fun sidekick. Oh, boy. So, yeah. I think that'll cover a lot. So, yeah, there's our 10-person team. Saving the planet. Doing what's right. A lot of DC. A lot more DC than I thought I would put in there just because I'm not the DC guy. But it's a good list. Good, solid list. But thank you. Thank you for the topic. I do appreciate that. 10 sounds like a decent size for the old Earth. It could be. It could be problematic, but, Can we have the list it all one more time? Yeah, sure. I'll try my best to do this in order. So we had Aquaman, Superman, Beast Boy, Doctor Strange, Forge, and then we had Captain America, Storm, Crud. There's another girl, another lady. Hawk Girl, she was the air. Wonder Twins. There you go. Sorry about the little hesitation there. So now a perfectly balanced team, gender-wise, if we're only going with the 2, obviously, And the Thornberries. We'll have the Thornberries on, backup call. They're hanging out at the Justice League. Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice, they're hanging out there. If shit really hits the fan, we call them up and they take the Thornberry mobile and they get their ass over here. But yeah, there's your team of Earth's Defenders. There you go. Thank you guys for the topic. Remember, guys, if you do have a topic that you'd like us to discuss on the show, you can always put it in the comment section down below. Yeah, we'll get to it. But remember, guys, this has been the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 67. My name is Bret, a.k.a. Enigma911, and I had a blast being joined by you guys and myself for these topics. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today and listening or watching along. Remember, guys, if you want to catch the podcast live, you can go over to twitch.tv/Enigma911 every first and third Saturday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can hang out in the chat like Jeff, Charlie, and Lady did today, and hang out with us and chat and put your superhero suggestions in there and have a grand old time. So yeah, you should join us live. If you can't catch it live, like I did mention before, you can go over to youtube.com and SoundCloud, where it's posted out topic by topic and put as one big MP3 and video the following Friday. Remember, guys, that this is brought to you by the merch store. You can get all of your swag over there, t-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. And I got one more thing for you. Yes, one more thing. If you have Amazon Prime, do remember that you do have Twitch Prime. Just link those two accounts together. With Twitch Prime, you do get one free monthly subscription to any of your favorite creators over on Twitch. Whether it's me, whether it's Jeff, whether it's Snowbike Mike, whoever you want to give that to, it would be greatly appreciated. Remember, the only downside of that is you do have to manual resub from month to month. But like I said, if you aren't using your Twitch Prime sub, it's just wasted money sitting there in Amazon's pocket. So make sure you guys do that, sub to your creators, and we'll appreciate you for doing that. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I do appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get a guest on for episode 68. We do have episode 69 planned already with our guest, Lady in Wonderland, and I think we got our topics ready. Should be some interesting ones there. But yeah, I'll reach out to some guests. We'll see if we can get somebody for 68, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody.